Welcome to Autumn Approved, a channel where we review all things that make parenting easier and also to see if my daughter Autumn approves. Automobiles. Today is the single to double showcase. The three strollers we will be reviewing are the Vidiyamo Limo, the Bugaboo Donkey 3, and the Austlen Entourage. These three strollers have the capability of going from single child to double child mode by extending the frame. The Limo and the Entourage both extend to be a tandem stroller, while the Donkey extends to be a side-by-side stroller. All three strollers have a very smooth push when you have one child in it, even on varying terrains. The Donkey, however, has the smoothest push and will still have the smoothest push because side-by-side doubles handle the weight distribution better than tandem models. That being said, we will focus more on the capability of the two tandem models to handle the weight on varying terrains. Starting with the Vidiyamo Limo. The telescoping handle makes it comfortable for parents of differing heights. At the tallest point of the handle is 41.5 inches. All four wheels have a 6-inch diameter and is very compact for a double stroller. The main seat measurements are as follows. On this particular model, only the main seat has a canopy, but the jump seat can be covered with an add-on parasol accessory. The jump seat, as I like to call it, is the pull-out seat for children who are able to sit up on their own and will not be consistent riders in the stroller. The measurements for the jump seat are as follows. Fully extended, it is about 40 inches long. The brake pedal is flip-flop friendly, and the canopy has a clear plastic peekaboo window. Here is a parasol accessory for either extra shade coverage for the main seat or some shade for the jump seat. It gives you about 24 inches of clearance for the front rider. The basket leaves much to be desired, even when there's only one rider in the main seat, but it is a compact-ish stroller. It would really only fit small diaper bags. Currently, it's housing the rain shield as well as the market tote and the parasol accessories that I have for the limo. To stow the jump seat, there is a handle behind the seat that allows it to fold down, and then another handle under the jump seat to stow it under the main seat, which shortens the length of the frame itself. In single mode, the length across is about 30 inches. Both seats have a 5-point harness that you can use. Here you can see how limited the basket space is, but if you are using it for one child, you can add the market tote for storage, which is pretty large. Or you can even hang the backpack from the handle. It didn't really feel tippy, however, it can get in the way as you walk. What attracted me to this stroller is that I have one child and the max weight of the stroller is 80 pounds collectively. Extending the jump seat but not opening it up fully allows the single rider to lay all the way flat for naps or diaper changes. The main seat does lay flat and is newborn capable. It also can sit all the way up to a 90-degree angle, which is very upright comparable to other single strollers of the same size. In single mode, the limo can be compared to the Bugaboo B and is pretty similarly as narrow as the yo-yo. To fold, you take the red buttons on this bar and pull it up. It can stand on its own when folded. To open, you take the same red buttons and just push it open. Next up is another tandem stroller, the Auslan Entourage. This stroller was discontinued years ago and is now making a comeback this spring. Their website is currently taking pre-orders. This specific stroller is well loved, so please don't judge me on the sun fading of the sit-and stand. The adjustable handle is not telescoping, but you have to adjust it with the 2 buttons on the side. The highest setting without it being straight up is 41 inches. The rear wheel diameter is 10.5 inches. The main seat measurements are as follows. The seat butt to canopy height is 23 inches. There are 2 brake pedals, one on each side, but you can use either one to engage the brakes. They are not flip-flop friendly. The main seat has an adjustable leg rest and the canopy has a magnetic peekaboo mesh. You can recline the main seat with the handle on the back of the seat. To extend the stroller, there is a white button trigger on the bar behind the main seat. It can extend partially or fully extend depending on your needs as a parent. It does come standard with this modular parent tote with a ton of pockets. Other accessories that fit between the handlebar and the bar behind the main seat include a cargo tote bag and car seat adapters, which are sold separately. The sit-and stand and second seat can also be purchased separately, and both can fold down with the stroller without needing to be removed. The sit and stand is by far the most popular accessory for this stroller because of its versatility. It has a 3-point harness and folds up using the handle under the seat. It can be folded up out of the way or be used for older children to sit, hence sit and stand. The basket has a 65-pound weight limit and the main seat has a 50-pound weight limit. Overall, the weight limit of this stroller is 150 pounds. The fold, however, has a few parts to it. First, you fold the main seat down using the 2 triggers on either side of the seat. It folds down forward. Make sure that the sit and stand is folded up and then push in the little button on one side and pull up on the triggers on each side of the main frame's handle to fold that portion down. Once folded, it locks into place and you can wheel it around while folded for easier transport. To open it back up, you use the same triggers that you used to fold it. Finally, the Bugaboo Donkey 3. It's a single to double side-by-side stroller. It does have a telescoping handle and at the highest setting is 40 inches. The seat measurements are as follows. The donkey seats do not have adjustable footrests and the seat is rigid, so when reclining it, it will recline the whole seat shape rather than just adjusting the back of the seat. The seat butt to canopy height clearance is only 22 inches, which is pretty small, so taller kiddos can outgrow this much sooner. Some parents trade out the donkey fabric for Bugaboo buffalo fabric for a little bit of a bigger seat for older kids. The brake pedal is not flip-flop friendly, but in true Bugaboo nature, all functional buttons are in white. Example being the front wheel locks for rougher terrain are in white. The buttons on the side of the seat that allows you to change its position from forward-facing to parent-facing, same, in white. The belly bar does swing away for easy access and the seat has a non-rethread adjustable 5-point harness. The mono mode of the donkey does come with a market tote that you just pull up on to remove and it clicks into place. And there's a zipper to enclose your belongings inside. To make the donkey into a double, you need to purchase a separate seat frame and fabric. But when purchasing the mono mode, you automatically get a bassinet fabric which uses the same frame as the toddler seat. Remembering that Bugaboo functional buttons are all white, just ensure that you are unlocking all of the middle clamps from the handlebar to the bottom of the front and back of the frame, and then push the button in the middle of the seat and the market tote and pull it horizontally to create space for both seats. Just make sure that you reclamp all the clamps that you opened up to extend the frame and lock everything into place again before using. This is one of the few side-by-side doubles that allow your children to face opposite directions if you want them to. In mono mode, the frame is 23 inches and in double mode is about 28.5 inches. To fold, you bring the handlebar to its lowest position, push on the black buttons while pulling on the white triggers on each side of the frame and fold it down. You can fold it in single mode or double mode. It is advised to remove the seat to fold so that you can get a more compact fold, with the word compact being used very lightly. To open, just use the triggers and prop it open once again. The basket can fit my Jujubee Zealous backpack, but not much else fits after that. Here is an example of how each stroller looks in the trunk of our Honda Odyssey with all 3 rows up. The donkey is the bulkiest of the 3 and the most awkward to store. And now the terrains. For the 2 tandem strollers, we used a 50-pound weight to mimic another child. The limo went through the terrains well with the heavier weight in the main seat. Curb hopping when in full length mode was a bit of a struggle with a small curb, so I wouldn't recommend it on a standard sized curb. Having the heavier weight in the jump seat made it less maneuverable in terms of turning and swift movements, but it handled bumps and uneven ground pretty well for having small wheels. Overall, it has a very compact footprint for a double and is a great stroller to have for children who are mostly walking but want to sit every now and then for longer outings. The Entourage was more difficult to maneuver with the heavier weight in the main seat, especially in grass. On smooth sidewalk, it was a lot easier to push. The length of it when it's fully extended made it awkward to curb hop. Having a heavier child up front and not having anything else in the back to counterbalance the weight made it hard to turn. Now I know what you're thinking. It's because the heavier weight is in the front seat. Well, the second seat attachment, which can be purchased separately, is smaller than the main seat. So many times parents will put their smaller child in the second seat on the back, so the main seat does house a heavier child from time to time. Without another weight in the back to counterbalance the front seat, it makes it hard to maneuver this stroller. Even though it has a great push, it's definitely meant for more smooth terrains. Lastly, the Donkey 3. Do we even need to show you the terrains? This thing is capable of any rough terrain you throw at it, and it rolls over it with ease. Like I stated earlier, even though I do not have any examples of it in double mode, side-by-side strollers distribute weight better than tandems, so even if there were 2 children in the stroller, it would still be an easier push. It doesn't give you much of a storage space for multiple kids, as my one backpack has already taken up most of the space in the basket, but I know parents can get creative. The shallow seats are also a point of contention for parents because, as you can see, my 2.5-year-old is already looking like she could outgrow the seat sooner rather than later, and for the price tag of the stroller, we expect more longevity. Overall, I hope that seeing the different single to double strollers helps you in your search. Or even for the one-and-done parents, having the extra space that an extended frame gives could be just what you're looking for. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below or follow us on @AutumnApproved on Instagram. Until next time!